I used AI image tools to build a client acquisition campaign for a brand new agency that brought them from 0 to 50K per month in less than 30 days. And in this video, I'm going to give you a behind the scenes look at how I'm using AI ad creatives to absolutely dominate other agency owners. And I'm going to give you a clear view at how I use these AI ads to scale a brand new agency to 50K per month. In its current state, one of the strongest abilities of AI is to generate extremely interesting image creatives. Now, to the layman, this means that everyone gets a cool new Instagram profile pic. But to you, the savvy SMMA owner that you are, this means that you can use AI to generate extremely high performing Facebook ad creatives. This video is the second lesson in my free course that I'm releasing here on YouTube about how to supercharge your SMMA using AI. By the time you leave here today, you will be an expert at using AI to generate high-performing image ad creatives for Facebook and any other platform you want to advertise on. Let's jump into the lesson. In this video, you're going to learn how to generate more meetings for yourself and cheaper leads for clients using AI ad creatives. And this is especially for people who suck at design, like myself. If building high-performing ad creatives has been holding you back and stopping you from getting your clients' results, this is going to fix that problem completely for you. In this video, you're going to learn how to use AI ad creatives to get cheaper meetings and leads than ever before. You're going to learn how to use free, mostly free, and paid AI tools to build better image creatives and than any graphic designer you could ever hire. And number three, you're going to learn how to use AI ad creatives that drastically outperform whatever your competition is doing. Everybody else is using stock images. They're hiring some graphic designer off of Fiverr. What I'm going to teach you how to build here is leagues above what everyone else is running, and you're going to be able to create it infinitely quicker than them, which is also extremely important. Number four, I'm going to show you how to remix old ad creatives using AI to keep them performing, and how to use other people's ad creatives as your own and ethically redesign them. And I'm going to show you how to take top performing ads from other niches and use AI to make them your own. So I'll be real with you guys. Ad creatives are my weak point. I've done a lot of media buying over the last decade. I'm not the best at building ad creatives that are extremely visually appealing. I make stuff that works, but it's a bit ugly. And since all of these AI tools have come out, these are pretty much all I've been using to build high performing ad creatives. It just works better than anything else. Even when you have a cool idea for an ad, it's hard to make something that looks good and performs. A lot of you probably have ideas like, oh, it'd be good if I had a chiropractor, I had a headline over here and I had a subheadline over here. But the actual bringing that idea into Canva or Photoshop or whatever you're using to build these creatives, it becomes quite difficult if you're not some top level graphic designer. If you can't make good ad creatives, your ads will never perform. And if you can't make them quickly enough, your ads will stagnate. That was actually by Jesus Christ, a couple thousand years ago. This is true. One of the main factors in terms of your ad results and keeping ads performing is new ad creatives. Your ads will stagnate otherwise, which is not a good thing. If you notice your performance dips over time on ad campaigns, 99% of the time it's because you haven't been putting out ad creatives frequently enough, good ad creatives frequently enough. And AI solves this problem for you. If you want high performing ads, you must output new creatives consistently. Due to cultural differences, this is one of the few things that's very difficult to outsource. Hiring people from the Philippines, from India, from wherever, it's very hard to get them to build ad creatives that look good to a US audience. They can build stuff that's visually appealing, but it looks like it's from India, to be quite honest. Like there's a cultural difference that makes ad creatives something very, very hard to outsource. So today we're going to be going over 3 AI tools that are going to allow you to create extremely high performing ad creatives that you can use to just do everything. B2B, B2C, your entire ad design process is going to be changed after this video. So number one is Microsoft Designer. This is free and the best. It's my favorite AI tool for building image creatives right now. Number two is Ad Creative AI. This one is paid. It's the best at generating a ton of good creatives. Microsoft Designer is like a sniper, and Ad Creative AI is more like a shotgun. You shoot it out and you get a ton of ad creatives that come back, and all of them are pretty decent. But Microsoft Designer, it's more precise and maybe even a little bit better. Number three, Midjourney plus IMI Prompt Builder. So if you've seen any of the cool AI images coming out on the internet, these just wacky images that are like the craziest thing you've ever seen, most people are using Midjourney to build these. And in this video, I'm going to show you a shortcut to where you can use Midjourney to build extremely cool images, extremely high performing images, without having to learn Midjourney, because Midjourney requires some advanced prompting to get good image outputs. And I'm going to show you a shortcut using IMI Image Prompter to get around that. Let's jump right into Microsoft Designer and let's refresh it. So this is Microsoft Designer. This is Microsoft's AI image software. It's actually mainly used for social media posts, which is funny because we're not really using it for that. We're using it for ads, but there's really no difference in terms of how they look because these designs are excellent. Let's do pay per lead program for chiropractors. So it's going to generate a bunch of different images based on the ad text here. This is the text it's going to put on the images, and it bases the design and the stock image selection around keywords like chiropractors, pay per lead. If we're going through here, let's try to find a good one. Generally, you want to do square ones. If you don't do square ones, you can do other shapes, but you will have to convert them to square. So I'm going to hit regenerate. I don't like any of these. Okay, so these are better. Okay, so let's do this one. Customize design. And what we're going to do, I recommend looking over here. A lot of the times it will build creatives that actually look better. So it looks at what you chose. And it's like, okay, what else would this person like? We're going to stick with this one. I think this one's pretty good. And what we're going to do is we're going to resize the image. So we're going to choose 1000 by 1080, 1080 by 1080, continue, resize and replace. And this isn't really a chiropractic image, so we're gonna hit replace on the image, and let's use an image that will look good vertically. So this will probably look good vertically. Yeah, there we go. And cool. That's a pretty decent image creative. Could it be better if we spent more time on it? Absolutely. You know, I kind of like this design right here. There's some even better designs on the left. Show you one I built from earlier. Pay-per-patient program for chiropractors. Only pay when patients buy care plans. And this particular image right here that you're seeing is actually an image that is crushing it for me on a B2B campaign right now. It's generating very cheap meetings. So this is not some airy-fairy theory like, oh, go use this design software, maybe it works. I am actively using images that I'm building in Microsoft Designer to run ads and get really cheap meetings. So that took us how long? You know, couple minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes max. Generally, I like to put 5 images on new campaigns. So I'd recommend generating a couple from here, a couple from Ad Creative AI, and then a couple from Midjourney. You combine them all in one campaign, throw it out, and let Facebook do its thing. Let it find a winner. But as of right now, I say this looks good. This is worth a test. Let's go into the next software, which is Ad Creative AI. We're gonna hit generate. Add creatives, 1080 by 1080, because I like square images for Facebook. None of the rest of this stuff. We'll do project description. Let's just copy target audience. Save and continue. Punchline. Okay, so you'd think you'd put your main headline where it says headline, but not actually. It actually goes where punchline is, surprisingly. So punchline, only pay for new patients. Call to action icon. We'll just leave it as the arrow thing that it has there. Upload a background image. I recommend using your own images here. You can actually use the images we're going to generate in Midjourney here in a second and then input them into Add Creative AI. So you can kind of see how these softwares can begin to work with each other. Its stock images are garbage, to be quite honest. I recommend ripping something off of Google, just building something yourself in Midjourney. So crop image, we'll leave it like that, create a post. So then we just have to go through here and use a distinguishing eye and pick out some ad creatives that look good. So I like this one right out of the gate. This one looks solid. We pay when you get paid, only pay for new patients. That sub headline probably needs changed, honestly. But you can edit that. You can go in here. This one looks like trash. This one looks pretty good. This one looks pretty good too. This one's pretty decent. I like this one as well. I actually really like this one. This is a very interesting output. So it kind of looks like the Google Maps marker. I'd probably change the font of the "we get paid when you get paid." It doesn't need to look so artistic, but this is pretty good. So as you can see, we've gotten a couple good outputs from Microsoft Designer. We've gotten a couple good outputs from Add Creative AI. This is the foundation of launching high performing campaigns, getting like 4 or 5 good image creatives from various software. They look pretty different from each other. You know, design wise, this is quite different from this, and they're going to connect with different people, different audiences, and fed into Facebook, it's going to pick some winners. So that's Add Creative AI. Again, this one's paid. They bill you a little bit for everything. It's like a point system. They bill you like $1 here, $1 there. Microsoft Designer is 100% free. You just have to sign up for a free account. So if you're looking to save money, just go with this one for now. It's more than enough. And to be quite honest with you guys, from my testing, most of the time, my top performers are actually the Microsoft Designer ones. So, you know, shout out to the AdCreative.ai guys, but it's not outperforming my Microsoft Designer images. Unfortunately, I know you guys probably spend a lot of money on this software. Here is a cool software before we get into Midjourney image building, which you guys are going to fucking love. Let me show you this. So this is something that is really cool. If you have images from competitors that you want to put your own text on and you want to change the design, you can import their images into Microsoft Designer. But before you do that, you can remove the text with this software. As you can see, it completely removes the text. So if you see a design you like from another niche, you know, you see someone in car insurance running ads, you're like, that's a cool ass design. You can bring their image in here, remove the text, put your own text on it, swap out the colors, swap out the stock imagery with either Microsoft Designer or Canva, and now you are able to repurpose competitor designs very easily. It takes me like 10 to 15 minutes to take a competitor design in here and redo it very easily in like 2 seconds. So you remove text, then put the image into Canva or Microsoft Designer, swap out the images, and then you're done. And yeah, it works really well. There's not a lot of good softwares that can remove text like this. A lot of them are pretty glitchy, but this one's very effective. This will also be in the description below. It's called cleanup.pictures. Let's go into Midjourney, which is really cool and has been performing really well for me. So if you don't know what Midjourney is, it's actually, you attach it to a Discord server. And I'm not going to show you guys here how to attach Midjourney to a Discord server. There's a million tutorials on YouTube teaching how to do that. And I'll link my favorite one below. It takes like 2 seconds. But here's what it looks like. Final version is you have your own Discord server, and you can, these are all AI generated images based on prompts that I gave the software. They look excellent. They're way better than stock footage. They perform better than stock footage, which is very important. And whatever you have in your mind, you can make happen on Midjourney with the right prompting. So if you have cool idea for imagery, if you have cool idea for stuff you want to put on ads, you can use Midjourney to make those visualizations a reality. And also you can take these images and use them in Microsoft Designer. Instead of using some random stock footage like we have here, you can use custom Midjourney generated AI images on your ad, and they are a lot more visually striking. Like, if we're being honest, this will perform most likely, but it's boring. It's like guy in a blue shirt, some random hands on him. If we generate something in Midjourney, it's going to be way, way more interesting. So here's the software that we're going to use to make Midjourney easier. It's called IMI Prompt. And what this does, it takes all of the learning phase out of Midjourney, all of the prompt engineering that you have to learn, and it makes it ultra simple for you. The first thing you're going to do is describe the image that you want. So we're going to pretend we're building an ad for real estate agents. We're looking to acquire real estate agents as clients. So then comma, but between your descriptions, you want commas. So we just built right here the foundation of the prompt. This is going to feed Midjourney the general type of imagery that we want. Then what we're going to do is we're going to style. So first, actually, we're going to let me spell correct myself. House is very beautiful. We're going to add text. Then what we're going to do is we're going to stylize the image. So we're going to go through each of these tabs here and choose what we want. So you can choose color schemes, you can choose themes, you can choose materials, techniques. None of these are really that interesting to me. Let's use diffused light because it's outside. It'll kind of look like fall time. If we use diffused light, it's not going to have any really shocking light on there. Let's go to digital art. I like 2D. I like these vector type images. These have been performing really well for me B2B, but they will also work B2C, especially in niches that are statewide. So let's add 2D. Photography. I like close up because it'll show our character, the man standing in front of the house, really close. We don't need makeup styles. We already said business suit, so we don't really need to add any of those. Architecture, let's do exteriors, and let's do contemporary architecture. That looks very modern. That looks very real estate-y. Now, what we're also going to do is come here to aspect ratio. And because we want the image to be square, we're going to choose 1:1 ratio. 1:1. Check mark. Okay. So it built our prompt for us. You can see it right here. It did all of the hard work. So what we're going to do is hit copy. And then we're going to go over to our Discord. And again, watch the tutorial below if you haven't connected it to Discord yet. And we're going to hit /imagine. Then we're going to paste in our prompt, and you have to remove the /imagine here. So man standing in front of a house, man is in a business suit, man is very attractive, man is holding an open laptop, house is very beautiful, diffused light, 2D Adobe Illustrator, close up, contemporary architecture, aspect ratio 1:1. Let's hit enter. And we're actually going to do this a few times just to get a bunch of different outputs. So I'm going to do this 3 times. Okay, so now it's going to begin generating these images. They are going to go from very low resolution, and as they are generated, the resolution will gradually increase into some really cool imagery. Cool. So some of these are pretty interesting looking. I actually like many of these. I like number 1 best because it has the actual MacBook logo. So so you'll notice there's 4 squares. These correlate with U through U4. So U1, U2, U3, U4. What we can then do is hit U1 and it's going to generate a higher resolution, much bigger version of this image. So awesome. I'm going to pick that one out of that. Let's see what we have here. U1, U2, U3. I kind of like U3. That's an interesting image, interesting style. And let's go out of these ones. So now what you can do with these images is you can put banners on them, like just put a banner that says, pay per lead program for real estate agents. You can put these images into Microsoft Designer, or you can put them into Ad Creative AI. We have some interesting images. What we can also do is hit vary. This will create some variations of that image in order to, like if we liked it, but maybe we want something a little bit different, but kind of similar, we can hit vary. You can also do very subtle instead of very strong. Okay, so you can see it's created some variations of it. These are all pretty much the same. I honestly still like U2 the best, which is most similar to the original. But yeah, these are crushing it. So now what I want to show you is the campaign that I used AI imagery to get them from 0K per month to 50K per month in less than 30 days. So let's jump over to that. So here's the campaign. This is actually in the real estate industry. You can see about $8,000 has been spent. $27. This is actually per meeting. It just says per lead because that's the conversion event that I use. But right now we're sitting at about a little bit less than 7-to-1 return on ad spend. I'll show you guys some of the images and how they've performed. So you can see very excellent meeting cost, $24 per meeting. And this is per qualified meeting, actually. This is actually filtering out lower end clients using a survey. So this is $24 per filtered qualified meeting with clients. So these are absolutely crushing. And if we see a breakdown, there's all these different AI generated imagery, and each one performs a little bit different. You can see this one's performing especially well at $19 per meeting, $16 per meeting, $16 per meeting. So as you guys can see, AI is really the future of ad creatives. There's really no doubt about that. And if you use what I've taught you in this lesson, and this is the leading edge, cutting edge information on AI, you're going to dominate other agency owners. Very few people in the niches I'm in are getting the meeting cost I'm getting using AI image creatives. And it's all using the techniques I showed you here. I didn't hold anything back. I didn't hide anything. This is everything you need to know to succeed when it comes to B2B, when it comes to B2C, client acquisition, lead gen, statewide lead gen, whatever it happens to be. Nothing is going to outcompete this. Nobody is doing this. Even though these softwares are available, nobody's actually taking the effort to learn how to use them, especially in these niches that we're in SMMA. So by knowing this information, you guys are ready to crush it. I want you guys to go out there. I want you to build solid image creatives. I want you to launch your campaigns. Put the results you get beneath this video tonight. Make some image ads. Put them on your clients' ads. Put them on your ads. Launch them. Drop below what the stats were for you. It's going to work. These work really well. I hope this lesson was valuable to you. Again, this is lesson 2 in the 5-part series. This is my free AI course for SMMA owners on YouTube. There's nothing out here like this. Nobody else is teaching this. I hope this was valuable. I will see you guys in the next free lesson.